All right, let's go ahead and say it. You can't work your way out of debt. I'm going to repeat that. You can't work your way out of debt. Now, why am I saying this? Okay, because statistically proven, over half of Americans, now remember the population is over 380 million, okay? So over half of Americans can't scrounge together $2,000 in an emergency if they had to. Okay, that means they could not put their hands on $2,000 if they had to, if an emergency popped up. Okay, why? Because I would probably say 90 to 95% of Americans are living in debt. For some reason, we are taught to accept debt as something that's natural. Well, I'm here to tell you it's not natural. It's natural in America, but it's not natural in a lot of countries in Europe. So if it's not natural here, why is it so natural in the United States of America? Okay, so you can't work your way out of debt. It's impossible. I mean, 40 hours a week, there are people I know that are working anywhere from 60 to 100 hours a week. Okay, so what are you doing right away? You're robbing yourself of time freedom, and you're psyching yourself into believing that that extra money that you're making is going to help to get you out of debt. Okay, well, here's what I found out personally, okay, just from some of the people that I know, and some of my family, believe it or not. When you go out and you get an extra job and you get that extra money coming in, you've got good intentions. Your intentions are, well, I'm going to take this extra money that I'm slaving to make and I'm going to pay down my debt. Well, guess what happens when you get that first check? You're in the mall. You see something else that you want. Then you start thinking, well, this money, extra money I'm working for, I can use it to create another credit card. It's only $25 a month I'm going to be paying. Okay? So what have you just gotten yourself into? You got yourself into more debt, and you're believing that you can work your way out of it. It's not going to happen. Think of this also, and it's something that, the reason why I started this conversation is the fact that what you're really doing, number one, we all know this, we've talked about it, people like Robert Kiyosaki has talked about it, Bill Gates has talked about it, okay, is that when you're working for someone else, yes, you're working for income or wages, but what you're really doing is you're helping to establish someone else's dream. So let's take a choice here. This is what's very important. And I hope I'm not losing you here. You need extra money in your home because you've gotten yourself through mismanagement of funds, and it happens to a number of us, okay? So don't feel bad about it. It just happens, okay? You've gotten yourself into debt and you're looking for a way out. You got two choices. You can run down and get you a part-time job, McDonald's, Popeyes. Maybe you can find you a job at Starbucks part-time or in the mall, as a part-time salesperson. It's a possibility. Okay? So then you put yourself into a situation, not only are you helping someone else fulfill their dreams, but at the same time what you're doing is you're increasing your income. So now you've put yourself in a situation where you're trying to get out of debt, but you're creating a larger tax bill. Now I want you to think about that for a second, and now think about this, because I want to keep this one short. Okay? You got a choice here. You can take and go to work for another employer, more hours, okay, less time for your family, or you become self-employed. I'm going to repeat that. You can become self-employed through what's known as a home-based business. Now, there are a lot of advantages to that, which I'm not going to go over all of them in this, but I'm going to point out a couple of big ones. First off, 56 cents a mile, right off, just, on the usage of your car. Home, a percentage of your home, your rent, your mortgage, you get to write off. Okay? Going out to dinner. Going out to lunch if you do it smart, if you talk about business. That's a write-off. And there's a many more. You can save anywhere from $3,000 to $9,000 a year with tax write-offs because you actually have a home-based business, which is a small business. Okay? Just like someone opening up a dollar store franchise, same thing. You get the same write-offs they do. But you're working from the comfort of your home. You don't have to hire a babysitter for additional hours. You pay less taxes, and you've created additional income to pay off your debt and start building your legacy or estate or savings, whatever words you want to use for it. Because face it, one day Social Security will be there. At the same time, you get to spend more time with your family. You get to do some traveling and see some things. Okay? Because believe it or not, a number of people in America die and they never travel more than 50 miles from their own home. That's proven statistics. You can Google it in. Okay? So when you get to that situation, or if you're in that situation right now, I'm going to tell you right now, we need to talk. I'm being straight up with you. Okay? I've been blessed enough to be self-employed since I was 27, and I'm now 60. Yeah, I have to think about it. Whoa, I just turned 69 years of age. Okay? Why am I still out here doing this? Because I want to make sure you don't make the same mistake I did. In my 20s, I think I was 22 or 23 years of age, I went through 3 years of debt. It was easy to get in. I was in the military. I had back then was called the green ID card. That card was like having a credit card. Anyone would give me credit. And I got in. I got in over my head. Took 3 years to get out. Okay, so look, I want you to think about this. Don't feel bad that you're in debt. Okay, I can make a tape on why you're there. But let's just be honest and call it mismanagement of funds. Okay, you're not the only one. But now you can be different. You don't have to be like that person that's working 2 to 3 jobs, that's working anywhere from 60, 70 to 100 hours. For some people, 3 jobs. That's what they're doing. They're jumping right from one to other and trying to survive on 4 hours sleep, which means that you're killing your health. You're killing yourself. You're robbing yourself of valuable time with your family. You don't have to do that. You can establish a home-based business in an awesome, demanding industry, okay, that everybody needs to utilize. So what you need to do, you need to inbox me, okay, or go to the description, click on the link, and we will connect. And let's talk about the differences between you killing yourself, working a part-time job, and you working from home, building up your own home-based businesses with a lot of tax advantages you didn't know about, with unlimited income depending on how much time that you want to work. But let's face it, some of us, we just need an extra $200 a month. Some of us need an extra $1,000 a month. Some of us want to make it a career. We want to make an extra $5,000 to $10,000 a month. So in a home-based business, you get to pick and choose the amount of money that you want to make by the efforts you put out and by the amount of time that you want to put in. But everyone should be entitled to at least get 8 hours of sleep and spend valuable time with their family on a daily basis. All right, I only wanted to do 5 and I'm running at about 10. So I'm going to end this one where I end everyone by saying, I will see you at the top, or I'll be waving to you from the top. The choice is yours. God bless.